Pop, you look like you have a lemon. You look like you have a lemon chill in your
Jens,
hand.
you mean to tell us you weren't just playing a prank on us by doing this?
By doing what, Bob?
Oh, he gave himself the most normal.
Yeah,
you got a gray mic, huh?
You got a gray one. He's got the gray one.
Why do we have colors?
It's so I can differentiate if I don't have headphones.
I look like I'm holding Gumby's cock.
Yeah, and I've got Carrot Top's head.
Fucking Smurf.
And if my grandmother was a bike,
If my grandma had wheels, she'd be a bike.
You look like you're holding like a clown's nose.
Yeah.
I just don't know if we're going to be able to release the pod because he didn't get to put his ring light on.
My bad for trying to make the pod better.
Look, we appreciate that. All right, well, the clowns are back, and this is another edition here of the Bob Does Sports podcast. We are in Virginia at Leland HQ here today, and boys, thoughts on
What do you guys think of the place?
what do you? It's nice.
Hey, you like it?
It's nice.
I do like the settings. I am sweating my balls off in here. It is fucking
It's after
hot.
hours. The building turns the AC up a little bit. No one's supposed to be here right now.
Sure.
But we're here.
All right, so we played
could
a round
do
of
that.
golf. We ran back the 3v3, which is a lot of fun. 3v3 with the wheel of who's going to shoot. J-Bone had an interesting one where he went to take he tried to take an 8-iron from 190.
It was
in the fan.
8-iron.
186.
186 playing uphill, so you can add another 5 yards. Another wind was probably easily another 10 yards into us.
was
So
a
you're looking
200-yard
about a
shot.
200-yard 8-iron, and he was fixated on the fact that that was the right club.
J-Bone, if the answer to this is yes, I don't hate it, but just be honest, was it for a little bit of clout?
No, it wasn't for clout. I mean, I will say, at home, I play Callaway Mavericks, and they're a little bit more strong lofted. But I do think I could have got the 8 there. I hit every ball better if I crush it, except the driver.
Wait,
But my irons, I hit it better if I just crush the
So
hell
you
out of it.
think an 8-iron 200 yards was the appropriate club for that hole?
Well, I will say the initial number and reading that I heard was 186 downhill.
No. Is that what your eyes saw?
That's what I heard from.
I told you multiple times it was playing like 200.
think you got more pop on the irons than D-Man?
I don't know about more, but I just think I could have got it there.
Yeah,
I think I can keep up with Cutsy and the irons. I don't know about the driver.
That's why D-Man didn't like that 8-iron, because D-Man's like, look, if I ain't getting that 8-iron.
D-Man
That was
didn't
my
like
theory.
the 8-iron because 8-iron wasn't the club.
Well, that is
and
also true.
What we need to actually say for context is that he went up to a 7-iron and was still 10 yards short of the
Didn't
green.
hit it well,
Correct.
right?
I mean, I was right of it. If I didn't slice it, I would have got to the green. But I mean, I understand.
My
that.
grandmother had
I know.
wheels.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. But I'm just saying, I would have got there with the 7
I think
if I didn't hit it back.
I think
like
that
Jet's
this is a microcosm of a larger issue here, which is that, and I don't mean to say it in a bad way, but Jensen is a cocky golfer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
you are a
He
bit.
Yeah.
he and here's the thing, like and it's the type of golfer, and I love Jensen, but he's the type of golfer that it's hard for me. He's the type of guy who he hit an 8-iron 180 yards once, and now he thinks that he will always hit that 8-iron 180 yards once.
Again, I'm trying to find a slot to back you up. He's right.
Let's get on the sim. I mean, I think I.
But okay. So that's what
That's
cocky
the
golfer
cocky
would
golfer.
say. That is. Thank you
You're
very.
right.
This pod's over as far as I'm concerned.
I think I
What
could hit
that
my
did-
8-iron one. I don't know about yours.
But that just played right into his hand.
And
of
the
what
other
he was
thing, like,
saying.
It's the
But
same
J-Bone, you're-
reason that when he posted on his Instagram a story of a 334-yard drive, even though the drive was 500 yards downhill.
And
Well,
in Utah.
apparently it happened. That I believe. I just
I was there. I did that.
I have my reservations about your golf game in terms of like the cocky, like you're also the other thing is you're a new. How long have you been playing golf for?
4 years.
4 years. Okay, so that's he's a relatively new golfer.
Since COVID, actually.
Yeah.
Since COVID.
I don't know. I think we need to extend a little more humility about our own golf games.
I will put my hand
I
up,
don't
by the
claim
way.
to be that good. I'm pretty sure I've said every time that I shoot in like the mid 90s.
Of course, but even that, like from the golf I've seen you play, you're not. I would say you're not shooting in the mid-90s.
Wow.
Oh, I
could be wrong.
Yo,
He's probably better than me.
That he's got game. He's probably better than me.
Correct, but anytime
No, I don't think I'm better than Bob.
anytime we've played on Bob Does Sports, he I would say he's not a 90s golfer.
Yeah,
Now,
but
the
it's
other
all
thing-
cameras on the camera.
That's one thing. But the other
you
thing
gotta
is
give him that.
when you're posting a score, you play like with like your own rules. Like you have your own like system. So when you put like an 85 on Instagram, if it's not a real 85, like I have no respect for that.
Let's
I
see
don't.
now. But
If you tell the world on Instagram that and you put a scorecard that says 85 and you took 2 mulligans because you and your boys take mulligans, that ain't an
take
85.
We're going to talk about the scorecard a la
I do.
Showtime.
I give myself 2 per win.
Okay, so 2. He gives himself 2, which
Why
is
not
fine.
3? Why not 1?
2 per mulligans is fine if you play
1
with your
per 9.
boys. But if you shoot an 85 taking 2 mulligans, and you say you shot an 85, if
Right.
one of those mulligans went out of bounds, now you shot a 93. So I just don't think it's fair to put that out to the world. Like everybody has rules with their
to
boys.
say he's not. He could hit mid 90s for sure. I mean, he's a player.
Perhaps.
Should I just like
Well, I
never
will say
talk about my score
let's
ever?
Take it to the sim.
No, you should. But if you're telling the world that you're
didn't
shooting a
like
score
that.
on a golf course, it shouldn't be with like my rules that I play with the boys at home.
I will say
Like,
this too, by the way. I used to think it was like a flex to say like how far you hit the ball. As I want to actually
don't
become,
anymore?
Can you shut the fuck up? As I try to get better at golf, I realize I would rather hit the ball less and be in the fairway. I was telling Ticket this earlier, like, and not like be like, oh, I powered a 310-yard drive. Like, I'd rather drive the ball 280 or 270 and be in the fairway and like try to get my game better.
I get such a kick out of there's some YouTube golfers out there coming around. They'll hit a ball and they know that they might get outdriven. That they're so focused on telling the audience that they either outdrove the person or didn't. That they'll be like, "Yeah, I caught that like a little spinny or like a little heely." Like they go out of their way to make an effort to prepare themselves for, "Hey, I might have gotten outdriven" or something like that. So.
Yeah,
But-
just to bring it back to Jensen for 2 seconds.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
say,
Let it out, Pop.
I think that your potential is maybe the highest in the room outside of FP.
Whoa.
I think your swing is great. What you don't do well, you're not going to like this, is you don't take criticism or tips well at all. If someone's like, you might want to club up on this, you're like, no, it's going to get there. I know my shot. It's going to get there. And I think that stops you from scoring better because you don't take tips.
Well,
or
remember
advice at
the
all,
hole where
ever.
I told him
But
swing
your
easy?
potential and your swing is great. It's there.
Chet, remember I told him, I was like, okay, Jensen, the fairway is massive. Just a swing easy, nice, and like literally 5 seconds later, he's like, I'm gonna swing for the fences here. I'm gonna,
Well,
I'm gonna. What did he say? I'm gonna
think a
smoke
part of
this
that.
drive.
I think a part of that is like being on camera and on the show, like picking your spots. Where it's like if I'm on the show, he's trying to hit long drives because he wants to he wants to hit a nice drive on the show. So that's understandable.
He had a
I
great
just
flop shot today.
He did it. Yeah, he played really
That
well.
was
He
sick.
did play solid. I just think
I think he
we
told
got to
you to go
dial it
fuck
in a little
yourself,
bit.
right?
Yeah,
he said
he
it
said
to
pop.
you.
No, not
No,
to
he
me.
said to
He
Pop. He's
flicked
like,
you off.
go
Said it to
fuck
Pop.
yourself,
You
Pop.
said in the cart, you said it to Bob.
He said Bob.
It was Bob, but I did say I don't know why it went to Bob. It was just like out of nowhere.
He said, "Hey Bob," and then he flicked you off.
I told you to fuck off.
Yeah, I don't know why he did.
Well, it was to Pop.
because you do it all the time
No,
to people.
it was
so
to you.
I don't. It just came out.
That's tremendous.
I thought everybody knew that. He said.
thought it was
He
just
literally said
Pop.
he goes Bob, and he's like, "Fuck you."
I said great shot as the ball was still in the air.
Yeah, I don't know why it just
defending you
came
the whole
out.
time.
I
You've been
know.
defending him.
I said in the car. I don't know why I said it. I don't know why it was directed
Take it
at
to the
Bob. It
fucking
just
sim,
came out.
bitch.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot.
Yeah, dude. Meet you guys
I
in the
thought he
sim.
said Pop.
Throw hands, dude.
Yeah.
He said Bob.
What
That
a
was like,
fucking-
Take it to the sim.
Take it to the sim.
What a
That was
lie.
terrible. That was terrible, by the way. That was take it
Jensen
to the
said, he
sim.
said, "Let's take it to the sim." But we didn't believe how far he hit. He goes, "Take it to the sim."
Well, I just don't
like
think there's
maybe
any
that's
other.
it.
There's
Cut to
no
the
other
sim.
way to
That's
say.
like-
We got a
Dude,
mid
when-
'90s golfer saying, "Take it to the sim, dude."
There's literally no other way to say it than
Yeah.
to go on a.
Good.
I don't know. I seriously don't know.
You
why
were
were you
actually
so-
very
why were you so-
complimentary of his.
So Bob, then why were you so okay with him going at Pop?
because Pop gave him
Yeah,
shit prior.
yeah.
There was a debate.
I did
prior.
think he said it's a Pop,
No,
and
he
then
said
that's
Bob.
why I thought Pop wanted to make the
correct.
Pop.
There was a situation prior with
Fuck
Pop.
you, Bob.
Yeah.
I will say the reason I did it in the first place at all was just because it was a joke because you do it all the time
Right.
when people do it. But I don't know why I directed it at you. It kind of just came out.
I'll
He
be
was
honest.
so
I
cr-
think J-Bone, to be fully honest, I think you've been, and we finally eased in on this trip, but you've been rattled since yesterday afternoon with the flight situation
felt
and
the
like the
smoke.
bags and all that. And I think
But-
you've been under a little stress because of
Also,
that.
too, though, I like he was saying them, or I don't know if you were saying it, but in the beginning when he would first come on, I got to the nerves for him of like he's coming in and not next thing you know he's swinging in front of hundreds of thousands, million people, and then Joe would be like, "Make sure you film that. Do this, sir. Hurry up, hurry up." So
We had an incident today
Yeah,
where
they record the
he
first
recorded-
Maybe you're
Chad,
concerned
it
for
was
a
one
place.
tee box. It was
Yeah.
not a hole and a half.
Yeah.
But my hand is up.
No, it's okay. It's
But like
it's
it
fine.
was not a hole and a
But
half.
it
Pop
wasn't
said
a
if it was
full-
2023, it would have been a different story. But now, it's fine.
I was a different guy. If that had happened, you'd be fired.
You can meet Pop and Sim. Dude. Fuck around doing that shit.
Are you guys alluding to when he didn't press record?
Today, I'm
Yes,
saying
that's correct.
Yeah, no, but
That's
you,
tough.
you are. I think you are right. Like it's a lot of stuff at him, so it's intense.
yeah, especially when he's playing, it's like I get that of like fucking.
I will say this: I do like the edginess that we're seeing out of J-Bone lately.
Yeah.
It's
Sure, that's some edginess.
you've come into your own, which is really good. Now, 8 irons don't go 200 yards, but
Don't
I
let
do
it transfer
like
to
the
arrogance.
I do like the little chippiness. It's good.
Correct.
And Lord
Anything
knows
else
we
you
need.
want to say? I think you're out of the fire though now.
I don't think it's
Oh, no.
He's
out of
back in.
cockiness.
He's gonna
Oh.
back in right into
Wait,
it.
let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Yeah.
Crawled out.
No, I'm just saying I don't think it's out of cockiness. I just think that like I generally don't. My clubs are very strong lofted, so
What did
But
your
why would
soccer coach
you
think of
decided
you?
not to factor that in?
Did your soccer coach think you were cocky a little bit?
no, I don't think so.
I got to get on the phone with him.
You can call him Chuck Green.
Chuck Green?
Chuck Green, Coach Green.
Okay.
Yeah,
Chuck,
no.
hey, Chuck, if you're listening,
You didn't
listen
call
to
Green,
Cock-
look at
No,
that piece
he-
of mic.
we just called him
dude.
Coach.
It's like
I said,
flubber
speaking of green,
dick,
look at that
dude.
mic, dude. That is crazy.
Yeah, Chuck, you there?
just be
It's like Ken sucking off Shrek.
J-Bone bang
What's that,
job.
Chuck? What's that? Guy was a dick. Yeah, all right.
Yo,
Oh, you mean
fact
yeah.
that we were in that chicken place today, we're all at one table. Think of somebody being at a Burger King, being at the table, finishing, putting their stuff up, going out, coming back in because they decide to order dessert, and coming and sitting back at that
That's right.
exact same table.
That's what we did.
You don't leave Chicken Fiesta without getting the fried ice cream. You just don't do it.
Yeah,
Dude,
but
that
people
yellow
had
sauce
left. People
was
had
good.
exited the. People had gotten like the fresh air of the outside,
One
and then
person
came
Ubered
back
out.
in.
One guy had already gotten into an Uber.
Yeah.
He was gone.
Yeah.
How was the ice cream?
It's tremendous.
It was
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta-
I
yeah.
think about the fried ice cream. Like, I guess is it as simple as you
Can't be.
take the ice cream and dump it in the fryer?
No, I think they bread it first the same way you would do with like chicken. Like they put it in like a little like pancake batter almost.
Is that so?
I think that's
Yeah,
would
but how
think
does
so.
it not just melt?
I agree. I think it's a quick fry. I think it's
It's
so
just-
hot.
A flash
flash
fry? There's a guy on TikTok who just fries chicken. Have you seen him? Joe
Yes,
Rogan
I
talk
love.
about
He's got a huge rig. He like
Oh,
wheels
yeah,
it down,
give it a
wheels it out.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love
yeah,
That is
yeah. It's a good
fucking
shit.
awesome,
Me
dude.
too.
That
It's
is
good shit.
so fucking
The
good.
oil's just bubbling.
Ugh.
Dude, and then he pulls it out. It's like, who is that for?
How do you feel about the hydraulic press channel?
Oh, I love that shit.
Yeah, only
dude.
if it's good though.
I
I hate.
Is that
I hate bad
like
presses.
the bad press are bad.
It
They put
pisses me
that on
off.
and this thing just
Let me tell you something.
Oh,
crushes
that's
it.
great.
Will it blend walk so that guy could run, dude?
Yeah.
That was
fair.
fucking like. Do you remember that from back in the day?
I
Yeah.
do.
So the hydraulic press is sick, especially when they do something that like strings will pop
Oh,
out of the
God.
sides. It's sensational.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I see it. When you talking about when it like presses
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I don't like when they do like a fucking piggy bank or something
That, like, falls off, yeah.
and there's still space.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I
that's
agree.
I know, I hate
stupid.
that too.
Fuck
I agree.
that. I want the hydraulic press to touch the bottom.
What is a
And
hydraulic
I want
press?
shit to have just like.
Yeah.
What does a hydraulic press do? Is that a dumb question?
It's like an immense amount of pressure
Yeah,
pushing
it's
down on
Yeah.
it's
What's
hydraulic.
it used for? Like,
Crushing things.
Yeah.
I think like trash compactors, like it's like what they'll do like to compact trash. Make
Yeah,
it
so you
Like-
think
like
those
in
people
Star-
like were
like-
like they were just
like
like
in
holy
Star
shit,
Wars.
Very similar, yeah.
Yeah. They
holy
were like-
shit, we have like hydraulic press.
Yeah.
Let's see what we can fucking press, and
That's
then
exactly
they
right.
got rich off
You
of
do
that.
you do mukbangs, Pop?
I don't do mukbangs.
No, like you don't like watching them.
I like ASMR food, like people cook.
That's
food
what I mean.
ASMR.
Yeah.
Isn't that
Not
mukbang?
eating
That's
it
what
though.
that is.
Not eating it though.
Cooking.
No, cooking.
Like them
stuff.
chopping,
ASMR
them
is just
listening to them
eating.
chop.
Dude, I think now
There's
more
one,
than ever.
the guys who cook outside on the wood with the in like the fort. I gotta send it to you. It's
Oh, like on the rocks and
Dude,
stuff?
yeah, that
Oh, I like
one's
that. I
that
can
one's
fuck with
cool.
that. Yeah.
I think it's more easier now to become famous than any time in the world, because on any one of these platforms like TikTok, the amount of people that are TikTok famous from like having if you have like a certain niche or even just like it's amazing.
It doesn't take much to do it. Like
No.
you know, and you find your little thing, and you get to like hack. Like everything's got the little algorithm hack with like the music and the looping. Like when you kind of like start it at the end, and then you like
Yeah.
bring it into.
I remember
the
when that
beginning, you know
became
what
a
I mean?
thing.
So it's like, am I
Yeah.
watching the same?
Yes.
You don't realize that you've played it 4
Yes.
times.
Correct.
Yeah.
There's
because
always
you played it
trends.
4 times. Like, oh, people must like this
Yeah,
video,
yeah.
I know.
and then it sends to other people.
You always
Yep.
see the hacks like
There's
every
always
2 months.
something.
There's a new trend going, like
Yeah.
with the slideshows, like on Instagram and the stuff on TikTok. There's always something.
How much money have you spent playing golf? Playing rounds all summer definitely adds up. Imagine if you could roll up all of those rounds into a powerful Bitcoin portfolio. Today's podcast is sponsored by the Bitcoin Credit Card by Gemini, the only instant Bitcoin rewards credit card and hands down the best credit card if you love golf. This summer, Gemini is giving 10% back in Bitcoin on all golf course transactions up to $250 a month. You earn Bitcoin back instantly on every purchase. Outside of golf, you get up to 4% back on transportation, 3% back on dining, and 2% on groceries, and 1% on everything else. Bitcoin rewards held for 1 year with the Gemini credit card have appreciated 176% on average. You're investing as you spend, truly a no-brainer. To sign up for the Bitcoin credit card, head to gemini.com/BDSpod and get $200 in Bitcoin when you spend $3,000 in the first 90 days. You can see if you pre-qualify with no impact to your credit score. Click the link and go to gemini.com/BDSpod to apply and start earning instantly. See rates and fees in the description for more info.
It's like the
hot in here.
Tropic of Cancer.
I'll be
in
honest
here,
with you,
man.
I'm right over an AC event.
And-
Do you feel this? Feel this behind
nice
you?
carpet.
Feel
The
this
leather.
right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's coming right up my back.
Little
dude.
something coming.
Feels great.
Oh, really?
Coming right up my back.
Because this leather,
logo.
it being on the
It
leather.
feels like the equator in
Do you
here.
remember at my first LA apartment that leather couch I had?
Dude, it was
There
so
was
bad.
No AC.
Bob had
Was it the same one you
4
brought to
different
the
units
second one?
going at once.
What's that?
Was it the same
No.
leather couch that you had at the
No,
next one?
No,
Okay.
you didn't get your paws on
Oh
this
my!
one. This
This
one, but that
thing
one-
was-
yeah,
Dude, your
that
AC
one-
went out, and we slept like the
Oh.
last night we slept there because I can't sleep with clothes on. I just can't. Well, not like a shirt. I can't sleep with a shirt on. So I'm on this leather couch of his, which thank you for having me. And it got so hot that like I fell asleep, and I was in the same position for probably 5 or 6 hours. So when I woke up and tried to move, I it was like tore my skin off my body.
I remember that.
I'd leave. It's like he could probably hear it from his bedroom, be like moving. Yeah, just like
Wasn't that
Yeah,
was
dude.
that was the day we went to?
we went to the Hermitage hotel that we should not have gone to stay at. That we ran up this car. We had no business staying
There
at
for
this.
like a
we
week.
could have stayed
Bro.
anywhere, bro.
So then
we did
my
not have
AC
to stay there.
I know, and then we were on the arrivals list with the guy from Live Golf. So it was like
HE,
me.
dude.
Well, who was it?
This is His Excellency.
Oh yeah, and then
HE.
they had it on
HE?
the
Yeah, call
arrivals.
him
So
HE.
it was like His Excellency, the main guy of Live, and then me and FP.
Isn't that where Mr. Stubb comes from?
yeah.
Oh,
Mr.
Stubb.
Stubb.
Yeah,
Oh,
Mr.
Mr. Stubb.
Yeah,
Beautiful afternoon we have, Mr. Stubb.
Welcome back, Mr. Stubb.
yeah.
Not even good morning, dude. I was like,
Yeah. I went there.
By the way,
went
you
there one
stayed
time
there
for lunch.
for a little bit longer after I left, too.
Yeah, you were there for another 2-3 nights
look,
after
we
you left.
We started there because I
Bob was like
visiting,
Kevin
and I had to
McAllister
be
in the
comfortable. And then the week
You're
after I
home
left,
alone?
I don't know what that was. Because that didn't make no sense.
Bob, what are you guys doing? He's like, oh, we're just going to the sauna.
Dude,
We did
Well,
this
we went to
rooftop
second,
pool.
Dude.
We did a podcast.
Bro, we did the second
Remember
Bob
that?
the Sports
We did
podcast.
a
Yeah, we did the
fucking
podcast.
podcast from up
from
there.
the
The
rooftop.
second Bob the Sports podcast was
Sure.
on the roof there.
From the rooftop.
And by the way, you
We
want
had
to
to
talk
get our
about
money's worth, dude.
talk
You
about a
guys were
hotel?
like, it was like you guys were like
we sat in the
residents.
sauna there.
Look,
Yes, we
We
did.
sat in the
I sat in the
sauna.
steam room.
The
I felt
first,
the steam.
bro, we did the
too,
first
yeah.
pod. The first pod was
Got
at
money
Chevy
worth.
Chase Country Club in LA, and the
right.
second pod was on the roof of the Hermitage Hermitage, which shouldn't have an L in its name, but it
Beautiful
does for some
place.
reason.
You remember
Great
when that
place.
guy
Wow.
Scotty B.
You remember when that guy swam over to you and wouldn't stop talking about the
He's-
pitching situation?
He started off great. It was funny,
don't
and
notice at all.
then he just kept
Yeah.
going, dude.
Talking
the
about how
worst.
you struck someone out.
Gatorade Player of the Year. Or
Gatorade
something.
Player of the
True.
Yeah.
True story.
That's right.
You think he's watching?
3 fucking
No, I hope
curveballs.
Bruce Green is
Smell you later.
he's getting a call.
Is it
Coach?
Bruce Green?
Talking about Chuck Green.
Chuck Green.
Coach
Oh,
Chuck.
that is a great coach. Did you call him coach? Yeah. Were you guys good?
Yeah.
In high school for soccer? No, not really.
Or did any kids like get like some schollies or no?
One kid did. He plays for some club now, but he was already good before he got to high school.
You seem like the kind of guy that was like not passing the ball enough.
I played defense. That feels like a shot.
I mean, well, he
was
took
a
it
shot.
from he took it from your
No, I
golf
took it
game.
from
He,
the golf
he inferred
situation.
it
I
to
wasn't
that.
saying just the look of you. I was saying from the like I'm gonna smoke it.
No.
Kinda
I played
think he was coachable?
defense, dude.
Like yeah.
He
you know.
doesn't think he was.
You think he was coachable?
I was very coachable.
Talk to Chuck about that.
Give Chucky on the horn.
He's just out there like Beckham, just doing all the tricks, and just like there's an open
Dude,
guy.
dude, he's pulling kids into his office that are fucking around and be like, "Look, I saw a kid like you one time. Wouldn't listen to feedback, wouldn't pass the ball, dogged it in practice. Look at the guy by the name of Jensen Custis. All right, let me tell you about Jensen.
Now,
Jensen had to drop out of
now
college.
he's hitting 8 irons, 200 yards.
That's right.
We got bad news.
I was
going
gonna
to
say,
Mikey V, who's hosting the Breezy, can't make it.
What happened?
He can't
Flights.
flight. Yeah.
Is it actually canceled?
Dude, Newark's been a problem.
A lot of people
They
are probably.
cancel
There were a lot
so
of people
many
coming in today.
Flights from.
thought they were
Bob,
done with that.
Do you know how many times I've gotten canceled from Newark to fucking Richmond and had to drive? Remember how many times I've had
Yeah.
to fucking drive home?
Newark to Richmond.
Dude, swear to God, they just
Sorry,
cancel that flight because there's like 4 of them a day and they just cancel them. Newark's already fucked right now. They're like, yeah, we're not flying that.
Oh, Newark is the ones that they've been having troubles with
Yes,
the radar.
correct.
I thought they were done with
Grill
that. I
guy?
thought they
I
were
don't
better.
know, dude. They keep canceling.
Who's going to host tomorrow?
Grill guy?
Is there anybody
Last
in
second?
town?
No, I mean,
Who do we
I
got
don't
in
think-
town?
Oh, I love Grill Guy.
Who's here?
No, a host. Maybe we do a hostless event.
Yeah, what's the problem with that?
Conan O'Brien. He did the
You wanna host,
Oscars.
Bob? I feel like you do a great
I'll
job.
host it.
Would you?
All right, Bob.
All right, folks, this episode of Bob Does Sports is brought to you by the one, the only, the fine folks over at Shady Rays. These sunglasses are as good as it gets. An independently owned company. On the golf course, they're great. Off the golf course, they're great. Stunning, if I do say so myself. And they got a protection program where if you don't like your glasses or if they happen to break, send them on back. Head on over to shadyrays.com. Use promo code BDS. That's promo code BDS for 35% off your next order of Shady Rays. Shadyrays.com. We'll see you over there.
It's great over here.
Oh,
Is it? No.
No.
You're gonna love it though. You're gonna love it over here.
Bob.
I'll switch with you.
Do a mid-pod switch.
You're not far enough. You're not really getting help.
That has nothing to do with it.
It does.
Wait,
Well, it's a middle. It's a middle
it's
seat.
one of those
You're in
two.
the middle seat. That's
one
like
of
getting on a middle seat on a plane seat.
I'm also burning up.
You're not as burned up as they are. It's a total geography thing.
It's going to be tonight. Pop's going to
It's like Jet asking me if he
wonder
could
why-
switch with me.
No,
Kristen,
I am
let me-
seriously working on it.
I think it's getting worse.
I saw me. I was
was tough
editing
today.
an
It
episode,
was-
and I witnessed myself.
What
and
happened?
I was,
You did?
I did, and I
Yeah,
was
I
like,
didn't know
"Bro,
this."
this is."
What did you do?
Now other people were fucking around too that I had issues with, but accounting only hand up on my own behavior. I saw it, and I
did
was
you
like,
see,
I've
Pop?
gotta
No, what
chill
happened?
the fuck
What
out.
did you see?
Sometimes I'm right, but that's not the point.
Right. Oh, so you
Sometimes-
saw yourself calling out like,
Sometimes I'm just too crazy. I gotta like stay in my own lane and
Well,
like
if it make-
worry about my own life. And if other people want to talk shit about me, there's nothing I can do about
Yeah,
it.
fuck everybody.
He
else.
looked me right in the eye when he
used
said
to
that.
be like,
But
but
you said something
Pop,
that
if it makes you feel better, you are a lot better from
What'd I
years
say?
ago. I used to see him in the Four Seasons in the locker room and be like, "Hey, Bob, do you like me?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, Bob. Like, yeah, I do." And he'd be like, "Do you actually though?" I'd be like, and yeah, like you do? Because I don't think you
But
like
for
me. I'd
some
be like,
weird
yeah,
reason-
yeah,
No,
dude.
but
But mind you, I just met him. Like I didn't really even know
were you
him
guys
that
friends?
well.
Couldn't
Were you
like
guys
him.
tight
Couldn't
back
possibly
then?
like him or hate him at that
Dude,
point.
so my locker was right by his locker, so I'd always see him when I was going out. You were coming in.
I invited
or
Pop,
vice versa.
I invited Pop to my
The truth
pool.
is, I should have already been gone.
So when he came in with Pop,
by the time you came in, I was supposed to be out of there.
No,
was
remember the
right.
first time we actually met? I was at San Vicente and I invited you both to the pool, and we were in my pool. We were having beers in the pool. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
You were
On the
asking him
job?
questions. You were asking him questions about Jersey and stuff.
No, his
That's when he
hotel,
had his
apartment
Eminem
pool.
his stand here.
Oh yeah.
so when you guys were working together, you guys were just all acquaintances.
So he was at the pool. I
was
was
friends
at the
with
front
Pop.
desk. So I would see him after the shifts.
What did you call? You just called him Neil, I assume.
Yeah, I would just call him Neil. But yeah, he would do that all the time. He'd
We
be
called him
like,
Demo
or
too
then
for a
we had
bit.
we had a crew with those, like a really good crew that we would all go out and have. Remember, like Michelle Litton,
Yeah.
Michelle. Like we had a great crew that we would go out with. But he would always come at me. He'd be like, "Hey, would you want to hang
but
out with me
see,
again?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, man, for sure." I'd be like, "Do you actually though?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, like I mean," he's like, "I don't think you do." And then he'd like,
I get it.
walk away, and I'd be
I
like,
understand
"The
that. I
fuck
just
is
don't
wrong?"
verbalize
and
it
I'd
as
just be like,
much.
"Yo, fuck this guy! Like, what the fuck is
What's
his
really
deal?"
behind that is my insecurity about not liking myself, and I so desperately want you to like it. That
I got the same
what
problem,
I
to be
do
honest.
here
Yeah.
with all of this that I know is very annoying. It's all about me. In the way I feel about myself and my insecurity.
Yeah,
and
of
I'm
course.
projecting
Yeah.
upon you because I want you to see in me what I can't see in myself.
Sure, it's not going to stop him from making fun of you, but it's great. Like that is true.
No,
but-
I know, but like I don't want. But I could tell by the look on his face that he thinks that I.
No, I get what you're
it
saying.
very much is
But
all
you,
about
for
Totally.
some
me.
reason,
That's
have been
how
always. You've always been worse with Bob than almost anyone
Because
else.
I've always really liked Bob and I wanted him to be my friend.
Aw,
Didn't like any of
that's
us.
Nice.
Did you hate Cutsy?
No. I'm talking
mean
about back then
hate
when
me?
I didn't know you guys. I'm like at the hotel.
Cutsy was the
drunk.
ultimate. There was a time where I didn't really like Pop, and Cutsy rode for Pop, and was like,
yeah.
"No,
He's
trust
never
me."
not.
So
When
the
did
day-
you-
the
so
day-
when was it
Yeah.
that you didn't like me? This is a good.
This was
it when I
way
got fired?
way early on.
Honestly, very early. Where
When I was asking you those questions.
It might have been around that
I
time.
didn't think you. It was when you were going through your really tough time
stand?
in your defense. Yes,
do.
and there was times where I was like, "Yo, like, the fuck is wrong with that guy?"
Well,
Like,
Pop just showed up one
in
day with
fairness to
fucking
you,
blonde hair.
and Bob is the biggest people person, and he loves everyone, and everyone loves him. He is a harsh critic occasionally. Like
Yeah,
he'll be
I
like,
think
you know,
that's
that
fair.
guy didn't say hi to me as loud as I wanted, and then he's like,
Yeah,
and then he'll
true.
be like,
That's so true, dude.
he won't dislike
That's a
the
great
guy.
point.
He doesn't dislike the guy afterwards, but he's
Yeah.
like, you know, like his handshake wasn't firm enough.
Yeah.
And then and then he's like, I don't something. So that might be what happened with you.
That's a great
And he doesn't
point.
know, but he
Yeah,
doesn't
Sure
like-
about that guy.
Yeah.
He did
Yeah.
it.
He's like-
you sort of acknowledged it today with the old
Yeah.
guys behind us. You were like, I got to stop judging people right off.
Yeah.
You're like, that guy was the nicest guy
He
ever.
was nice.
There
I'm
is
sitting there.
definitely
It's
But
like,
it's
I got
always,
something
but it's, very,
going
it's not
on.
like you hate. It's very little things. Like he didn't say thank you. Like, why, like what's that about? Like, yeah.
Look, I do think part of that for sure is a problem. I will.
I don't think it's a
that
problem. I just-
part of it
funny.
is I think I have a very high social IQ.
Sure.
And see social mannerisms.
I agree.
Yeah.
Very, very well
Sure.
about people.
and you like to
or
banter. You like to just converse about things. So it's like
yeah.
any.
With
you
that
just-
being said, some of it is too much, and then I end up having a wrong read on
Sure.
somebody. You know what
Sure.
I mean? Like it happens a
Part of the
lot
game.
with golf in general. I think when somebody is on your ass in golf, like when somebody's up on you, naturally anybody's instinct is to be like, yo, like fuck these guys, like they're up on us or whatever. And then you have a time where you meet up with them and they're totally cool.
Yeah.
That
It's
happened
true.
today.
Happened today. Yeah.
I think with us all, I was like, yo, these guys are on our ass and stuff. And we meet and they could not have been nicer.
Yeah, they wanted to know what we like. Curious about what you know. Well, not in
Yeah.
like a like explain yourself. Like true, like I gotta ask. Like what's this? And they were like YouTube. Like oh cool.
Couldn't have been
Yeah,
nicer.
You guys have fun. Like how you playing? Like oh we're all right. Great.
Yeah.
Cool.
That being
That's-
said, when we were done, Joey and I kept playing, and we ran into some people who weren't as friendly.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that.
Yeah.
A couple
You
guys.
play as a
were-
twosome?
Yeah.
But as a twosome,
You guys kept
And
playing.
we
That's
were
tough.
Played
flying.
another
Yeah, you didn't hear
9
about
holes.
this?
No shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Pop has found something on on the
Playing
golf
good.
course.
How did he play on the back?
And so
Playing
Play good?
I said to this to Pop, and I'm going to address it to everybody else because I do truly believe it's a real thing. That there are times when you're schlepping it and you're like not playing well, you just can't wait to get off the course.
Facts.
But there are times where you feel like, and I think it doesn't matter what level of skill player, when you're striping the ball, you're seeing good putts roll in, you're making good contact, and the weather's nice. It's just like, this is fun. And I could tell that Pop was in that element and he was in that mode. And I said to him at one point, I was like, it's a nice day right now. We're going to go back to the hotel. We don't have anything for a while. We should just play. And he was all in on it. Nice. And so I was like, so much so that I was like, well, we don't have a car. He's like, we can Uber back. I was like, okay, we're going to do it. And he was striping the ball. Like no, I'm telling you, the last several holes, he was pounding driver to the point where I was like, Pop, you're like a new guy out there. But we got out there and we had talked with you guys. We sent off and then we went to the 10th hole and there was like a foursome ahead of us. And then I was like, it's so hot, we should go get a drink. We went to go back towards that little area to get a beverage. And I saw a cart with a couple old guys coming up. And I was like, those are the guys behind those guys. We need to get back to the tee box. We'd already teed off actually. And I was like, we got to get out there. And so we passed them and Pop went to the guys. He's like, hey guys, what's up? Just letting you know, we already teed off. We just went to go grab something and we're heading back into the fairway. And the guy like questioned.
Couldn't fathom it. He couldn't understand what we were saying.
Really? He kind of gave Pop some attitude.
And he was.
Did you give it back?
It is. He was
like,
it is abnormal, but like
he was not. He just couldn't fathom the fact that there was a twosome ahead of us.
And then anytime we looked back, it was hand on the hip the whole time. Hand on hip.
You got to be nicer. Devil's advocate is they weren't behind it too.
Yes,
they have no idea where you guys came
that's
from.
Exactly it.
So it was sort of like
that.
They don't know. They think maybe you just went off 10.
Yes,
of course.
Right.
I understand what they could be thinking. I just the way he looked at me for how long without being able to say anything, and like he was like, I can't. So you hit already, huh? And yeah, we did.
I explained to the guys that we were
out there, and he's like, okay, well, we weren't behind. Like, he just could have been nicer about it.
Sure.
It's like,
Now,
it's very simple to just be like, okay, well, I mean, it's a little out of order here, but
did the D-man come in at all?
No, I don't think he did.
I don't think I said a single thing.
You took the reins.
I let Pop take it because there was no point in. I only said one thing when he asked about us being in front. I was like, actually, we were ahead of your friends beforehand. We dropped our buddies off, so that's why you didn't see us ahead of you.
Yeah,
and then the other guys. So here's my next question: the other guys couldn't have been nice to the guys ahead of them. They let us go through, which is I think the guys you saw. But here's my question because it was a little weird. They motioned us through. They were on the fairway. We said, okay. They went off to the side. We hit.
Yeah.
And then normally I would think if you're letting someone play through, you just kind of wait there and let the guys through.
No, you can hit.
Okay, because they started driving up to their ball, and I was like,
yeah,
Pop,
yeah.
let's just get the fuck off of this hole.
No.
And
like,
go ahead.
Like if they're up ahead of you already and you hit, somebody will go to their ball, hit, and then
Okay.
when you get there, you guys go.
I didn't know what
they,
that-
you might even get up on the green together.
Really?
And then you putt out.
See,
and they let
I
you do your
always,
thing.
if I've ever let someone through,
it's better for pace, right?
Yeah,
that way you
that's
don't
true.
totally freeze.
I just
Kinda
didn't know what the ruling was because if I let somebody through, I stay off to the side and let them go right through. But I said, Pop, I was like, let's get the fuck off this hole and go.
I always feel defenseless. Like when we're not filming, fine, then I'll look at things. But it's just like when you're filming or when we had like the 3v3, you really have no leg to stand on in the sense of A, the course letting you go out there and film, but B, like we have 6 people around the greens. You have cameras.
It looks terrible.
It looks like you're slowing down pace, even if you're not.
Even today, we were moving pretty
we were
quick
flying.
today.
We were effective because we did alt shot to the green, then a scramble.
Two
guys
If you saw us on the green, there's 6 people playing,
and they're like handing putters to each other.
But tee to green, it's 2 people. It's a twosome. So it's this, and if you're behind and you don't know what's going on, and the first time you see it's when 6 people are putting at the green, you got everything. Like you'd be like, what the fuck is all this?
Yeah.
And you're not going to notice that the alt.
It's a nicer course
tough.
too. Plus, there's older guys who they don't understand the world that we're in. So I do. Listen, I normally can be kind of not as understanding. I get it from that perspective. I get it. I understand where they're coming from. But that being said, Pop with striping the ball.
Played
Love
very
that.
well today, man.
All stemmed from a
Very.
tip that Benjamin gave me in Utah.
I said,
Yeah.
I said,
Hit
I
that
said
hit
200 and out. Take 8 iron.
I'll tell you what, Jensen wouldn't have taken that tip.
Damn, dog.
Dude. I will
Not
take
unless it came
any.
from Chuck Green.
And with
I will
that,
take any-
let's get into
Wait, say what you gotta say.
Or cute. Go ahead.
Say it. Go for
I
it.
will take any tips to fix my golf swing. I don't know where this came from.
Well, how
Any
come then
tip
when
I've
I
ever
the
heard
swing.
you get, and this is not a shot, I love you, but you always say, "Well, I play Mavericks." And,
That's a good point.
and
But
then
also
it's
you
like,
didn't-
But you're not playing Mavericks
Correct.
today.
That's what's crazy. So you should factor that in.
But I don't know his loft. That's just.
But then
I'm
what
just
are you
going
claiming?
based on
What do you
the
seem to
default.
do?
You
You
don't
seem-
know
default
his
stuff that I
stuff,
but
know.
you're
That's
claiming
like the
the
guy
loft.
saying I caught it a little heely. Like, just hit the ball.
and I wish I
I'm
could
just
say who
playing
that
off
guy
the
is, but I
default
won't.
what I would hit, and then I adjust.
But then you're saying, well, I play
But
Mavericks.
J-Bone, so that's my issue is I don't believe that you typically hit your Maverick 8 iron 190. I just don't believe it.
really?
I don't believe
there's
it.
nothing I
Take
can
it to the
say
sim.
Dude.
dude.
I
Take it to
have
the
been
fucking
on the sim with him. He hits it fucking far. With that being said, I do see what they're saying. That it does. You don't seem open to like, oh hey, like.
Can I ask you one question?
Guys are down
Are
one,
you
too.
trying like? And there's nothing wrong with this because I would understand. I actually think I would understand it more. Are you trying to like have a moment? Because you've had a couple videos where you haven't played great. Listen, that's not a shot. Every second video I don't play great, so I feel it. But are you trying to have like that one big epic moment where it's like, okay, my past,
He's arrived.
yeah, like
one-shot
you're
moment.
here.
That's what I used to do. I bet it. Yeah, that's a valid thing to do, by the way.
No, I just think with I know my swing with how far I hit it, and if I
you know it with Mavericks.
if I crush it, it goes the number. But if I take anything off of it, I lose all my distance immediately. So it's like it's hard for me to gauge my swing if I don't swing hard.
No,
Do you
I'm
ever
talking
swing
about-
easy? Do you ever like hit a stock iron, or you just ripping every single thing?
I'm talking about like
that
the
you hit?
driver on
It
that one
depends
hole.
What?
I'm talking about like the one hole where I was like, just swing easy. It's a big fairway, and you're like, I'm gonna swing. I'm gonna fucking hit the
Oh.
shit out of it.
No, I wasn't trying to create a moment. I just wanted to hit it hard. I mean, I just
Yeah, dude,
got
you know what?
excited.
That's fun.
Fuck
yeah.
yeah, dude. That's cool.
When you put it that
Dude,
way,
you know what? That's cool shit, dude. Keep doing that. Keep fucking doing
He's
that.
back.
Dude. That's sick
Come
as
back.
shit.
Let's go into our
Oh.
Q
Guy
and
just
A
wants to
here.
ship it, dude.
Let's do a couple.
Send it, dude. What
Are
do
you
we at
saying
now?
you swing hard? Fuck it. Just quickly, because like it's harder for you to make ball contact with the ball. Like you make your best contact when you swing hard.
Yeah, it goes
I understand.
straighter, and like it's easier for like if I swing easy, it starts doing all this. It goes right a lot. If I swing hard, it goes straight.
Yeah.
It's my.
If you can hit a ball like that, that'll impress
Sick.
the fuck out of me, dude.
That's a knuckleball.
Yeah.
Who has better food, California or Jupiter? It's a massive state.
We talking L? Yeah, you got to go.
I would say LA versus. Listen, it's got to
Europe
be.
or Lincolnwood, Illinois?
It's got to be LA with that out of question. But that being said, I was very critical and very worried about the food scene in Jupiter, and I will say they have a good spot for everything. So they have a good pizza spot, they have a good deli, they have a good Italian spot. So like you get everything that you need. It's just you can't compare to the massive sprawl that you have in LA where you have new restaurants. Like I couldn't even go to the new restaurants because they were popping up left, right, and center. And then the Mexican food that you have. I mean, LA was special for food. So
Dude, I almost it was like sad when I went to New York for Showtime's wedding. Me and I ordered sandwiches, like chicken cutlet sandwiches, and then bagels or bacon and egg and cheeses. And there's nothing in LA that has that, or really nothing in Jupiter that is close to the New Jersey, New York bagel. And I know a lot of people say that, but like I really do mean it. I've tried every bagel spot. There's not one bagel spot.
even
that-
LA.
LA is a lot closer for
I
sure.
don't think the bagel
Hanks,
is very good.
Hanks in LA was
Hanks
pretty
is so
solid.
good,
But
dude,
compared to New York,
it is
Yeah.
so much different. And I do think a lot of times people say that, and it's not necessarily true. Like in LA, you can find just about anything like Italian that is just as good as New York. Bagels and those sub sandwiches. Like
and pizza.
I love Joseph's. Yeah, I love like Joseph's, but it just is nowhere
No.
near
No, it's not.
this northeast. It's so incredibly
But that being
better.
said, it's like saying what's better for golf, Jupiter or LA. It's
Oh, yeah.
like
But also, yeah, and also you said other items for Jupiter. There's almost you could find almost just about
Yeah.
anything. But it was sad.
Sad day, bad day.
Sad.
Yeah.
Sad.
Sad.
That's sad.
I do see you guys. It's funny, like when you were in LA, or when we were all in LA, I guess, like you'd go to different restaurants. It'd be Craig's one night, it'd be this place one night, it'd be that night. Most of the time I see y'all doing stuff like at dinners, it's like limoncello. Like it's limoncello over and over, or Blackbird over and over. It's like the same 4 restaurants.
The other thing too is we travel so much that like we're going to other spots. It's not like we're just like 5 nights a week. You know what I mean? Like we're on the move a lot. So it's nice when I'm home. Nicole likes to cook. I like to eat at home a bunch, and then like once or twice we'll go out for dinner. But yeah, it's not like.
I had a real low moment at Limoncello the first time, and I took you guys there, and you guys didn't like it that much. I took you to Limoncello the first time that it was you and Yams to Limoncello, and you guys were not enjoying it at all. It was just bad.
I was in a bad place.
You were in a terrible mood
remember.
that day. He kept taking these subtle shots
Me?
about Jupiter. No,
DeMar?
Joe he was really taking shots every step of the way about Jupiter. And then like, he's like, the people are too old, and mind you, my parents are there. He's like, they're just old. Like,
Your parents weren't at Limoncello. It was just us.
no, they're in Jupiter at the time. You're talking about Jupiter.
Yeah.
And then he's saying like, the people are too old. And then this guy turns this like really older Jewish guy. Like,
Yeah,
and
give a
he's like,
shit.
are you guys here for the early bird special too? And I was like, oh.
No, I remember clear as day what he said. We were there. It was like 5:15 or 5:30. He's like, if you guys would have shown up half an hour earlier, you would have gotten 2 for 1 appetizers.
And he was dead serious.
And I was like, oh my God.
bad.
But the problem is you brought us in July. It was hotter than tits. It was like so hot. It was like, oh my God.
He kept taking, like, with South Carolina with you, where he'll take like the shots.
Myrtle.
Like, he takes the shots, and it's like, if I went to Vancouver and just kept fucking roasting it starts to sting a little bit.
Yeah.
It
Vancouver's
starts to,
pretty incredible
Like if
city.
you judge Vancouver just on the
he's one small
Airbnb
part
and that
that
first
goes
meal we ordered, like that pizza place, and you're like,
He can't lose.
Yeah.
He can't lose because he's either bashing you or he's playing dumb.
but-
like he can't
but in
lose.
Canada-
What is with this
I
playing
remember
dumb
that
shit that
when we
you
were in
think you're
Canada,
on to now?
And we got the pizza in Canada, and I was watching him. He wouldn't say the pizza was too bad. He's like, yeah, I think we just picked a bad place.
That place we
Whereas-
picked was
but
awful.
if
I
that-
never
if that
heard of it in
happened
my
in
life.
He
Jupiter,
would've
then the
trashed
city's
it.
toast.
Correct. The whole
But I will ask
I'd
collectively,
be
I do
shocked.
think you guys think Vancouver's a good city, no?
Yeah, no, yeah.
That's
We do, but notice how the pizza didn't change their perspective on the whole place.
Correct. The pizza was like, we're like, all right, there's still the Chinese food. We have to see other spots. Like,
Yeah, I wouldn't judge a place based on one meal. I was judging a place based on a culmination of things. And by the way, when you took us, Bob ran it back very strategically, waited till October,
hit him out.
had Alex. Hey, no, he had
a list of all the
Alex.
things you didn't like, and was like, how do I combat this?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He had us come back.
called Alex.
Fine, limoncello.
Bro,
No,
it was
all right.
like the original.
Lenora's great.
It was like the original NIL deal.
It
He
is.
was like
He ran
was
it back.
whining and dining us.
Oh, no,
people.
it's true.
West Palm.
I
Yeah.
called
Clematis.
Alex.
You ran it back in
from Have a
October.
Day. I called him. I said, look, the guy's like, I need your help. It was terrible the first time, and then he got us on the boat.
Changed
And the
everything.
weather
It
was
changed
beautiful. And I
everything.
looked at Bob and I was like,
You
all right,
got
this
us
is.
to move there on that trip.
Yeah.
That was the point.
Yeah.
That was
That's
the,
when
that
we
was
had
the
the
whole
picture
point.
all
Me on
together
a life that just
on that
wasn't
boat.
going to be mine.
Well, that's crazy, Pop.
No,
That is crazy.
No,
Yeah.
no, hang on. Me,
He's joking. He's joking. But he's joking. He's
then
joking.
the fans
That's
don't
fucking
know
hilarious.
that.
He's
Sure,
joking.
I was kidding.
Yeah. You sold me a dream, Bob. Yeah. You sold me a
On a
dream.
light-
Said we were all going to hang out, Bob.
You sold me a dream. There was no boat for me when I got there, Bob.
Nowhere to be seen. I have no
I ain't
boat.
going to be on
But
no
can you
boat,
also
man.
can you also admit that Jupiter in July is a much different place than
yeah.
Jupiter in mid-October?
100%.
Of course.
It's a different place.
Jupiter in the fall and winter is
It's incredible.
It is
I'd argue
Jupiter
it's
in
as good as you could
January,
be.
February.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
god!
Thanks,
I get it.
December, November.
Correct. It was just that all I'm saying.
There's nothing
and
better.
You're 100% right, but you were so hard. You would take so many shots, and then it started hailing during the Busted Jack
Yes.
video.
Oh.
And it's like, what is this stuff?
We had to
Yes.
stop
That was a good
filming
video,
because of the
too.
That
hail.
was a
Yeah.
fire video.
I
It's a good
know.
video.
Three holes.
One day that'll drop.
Yeah.
Grand Busted
Or
Jack.
Best
just run,
3-hole YouTube video ever made.
just run it back.
100%.
It was insane. Wasn't there a chip in
Dude,
There
that's
was,
from
like,
the
two
vault.
chickens?
That's from
There
the
was
vault.
We should just stitch holes from episodes that didn't make it together and just make one.
That'd be
Like a
Couple.
Frankenstein episode.
Frankenstein episode.
Talking about
Probably
Frankenstein's
5 or
monster.
6.
Yeah.
There's probably
Yo,
5 or 6.
Don't be funny, like one hole from the mini putt.
That should be like the end of the year, like before New Year's, just like the compilation of videos.
Lose your phone? Who lost their phone?
Me, I did.
yes.
Along with
That was a
my
that was a
dignity.
total meltdown.
Where are we at?
You wanna see a meltdown
to the
episode.
fans, would you want to see?
these
Sure, it
guys
just was,
lose
you guys left without me.
Just one
One more?
hole of each video would be really funny. All right, let's do one more.
Lucas Sheehan wants to know, what does Bangarang Rufio mean?
Great question.
It doesn't mean anything. It's
More of a way of life.
yeah.
It's from Peter Pan. It's from
Rufio
Peter
is a way-
Pan.
So
it's a religion.
to be honest, the first time I said it, I don't even know why I said it. It was like I didn't know. Like I had made a big moment. I was so not used to hitting a big shot or making a big putt, and one of my favorite movies when I used to growing up was Hook, and the Lost Boys would always scream, Bangarang Rufio anytime something went well, and for some reason I just like an idiot screamed that out.
It is crazy.
And then it just ended up becoming
Hook's
my
a
thing.
great fucking
Remember,
movie.
remember we were at a meet and greet.
Yes.
And the guy comes to us.
Yes.
He's like,
I'm friends with Rufio. The guy that
He said
played
he's-
Rufio.
he's like,
He's
you know, he said he's
he
my
loves y'all's
cousin.
shit. He's like, I love y'all's shit.
He's like
Rufio
Rufio's
loves it, dude.
He said Rufio's my cousin, and I was like, "Do we have a copyright on our hands?"
It's crazy.
It's like when
Rufio loves your guys' shit.
He said he's
Rufio-
my
Rufio loves the shit, man.
it's like when that actor, who was that actor used to say his name, and then he sent a DM and he's like, oh, he loves that shit. There's an actor.
Oh, the kid from the Goonies?
Yes, the kid, that kid
Rufio
actor
loves
that
your
you always
guys'
you
The
would
red
say.
curly hair.
He's like,
You
I
had
got
a
the
golf
sword.
line that you changed. You had a golf line, and you changed into this
Lip
kid's
Nicky.
Oh,
name.
no,
Lipnicki.
Lipnicki. Oh,
Lipnicki.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Jonathan Lipnicki.
And
What
he
was that
reached out.
for?
Jonathan Ripnicki.
Ripnicki.
or Chipnicki.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
It
then
really
he,
works- it
he's
works on
like, I
everything.
love that shit.
By the
or
way,
something.
and then
Yeah,
he DM'd me. I
Lipnicki.
didn't know you guys did that.
Yeah.
He DM'd me, and I was because I
Lipnicki?
used to work with him at Action Park Media.
Lipnicki?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he reached out to Baba.
Because it was John. Wait,
Dude, he
why
was
do you
from
say Ripnicki?
He was from
Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire.
Yeah.
And Stuart
Yeah.
Little.
Correct.
Stuart Little was another one. He was in.
Correct.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
Jonathan Lipnicki.
I would be
Yeah.
with him
Because
at
of
the
Rip-
office
so
Say,
all the time.
it's Ripsticky.
But
Jonathan Ripsticky.
Yeah.
Jonathan Lipnicki. For the lip out, right? For the lip out.
The lip out is
Jonathan,
Lipnicki.
Jonathan
Lipnicki was the lip outs.
Chiplicki. Chipnicki. Chipnicki. That's when you make a chip.
He hit me
Yeah.
up. He's like, dude, thanks so much for the shout out. And I was like, hey, man, how you been? What are you talking about? I had no idea.
It's great.
But yeah, so Bangarang, that's what.
That's yeah.
There's not really any story. Now the thing is that like
No, Rufio, he loves you guys.
Yeah, he says he loves your
it was
shit.
his cousin.
And
It was a guy
Bangarang
with a
loves
sword
it
and
too.
all.
Tell him sorry.
It's like the same reason I yelled "fuck you" to Bob today. Just no
Oh,
reason.
sometimes,
It
I
just
didn't know
came
yeah.
out.
fuck you with that me. I
But
thought it was a pop.
there's
I
times
would've
where you're
snapped.
just so excited that you just don't even know what you're gonna say.
I would have snapped.
I would've snapped.
You were laughing. I was like, because normally, if somebody says "fuck you" to you, you love that shit. You're like, yeah, like let's like. So I thought there was that situation, but apparently you didn't know.
I had no.
I
It
thought he
wasn't.
said
It wasn't.
pop.
It wasn't actual animosity. I
You know
I
where
just
the
got.
fuck you
I'd
started
single him out,
to,
though.
to sleaze. I hit
Oh,
the button,
sleaze.
And then you hit
Yeah.
Whitney with it. Whitney got a fuck
Sleaze,
you.
like-
Fuck you, sleaze.
Whitney, Whitney got one of those too.
Whitney got
That
a
was
Whitney got
great.
one.
I
Yeah,
love
that's why I did it. But I don't know why it was at Bob. I just picked a random person.
All right, let's order
That's
one
a
more.
big
One's in the
mix-up.
sky, boys.
Must.
One's in the sky.
Must.
Keith Yandel hates Bangarang Rufio.
Yeah, well,
How bad? Just can't
Deal with
how
it.
bad. I told you the voice message he sent me, right?
No.
Sends me a voice randomly, and he goes, "Tell me why when Cutsy sees somebody else's ball go B, he yells 4, but when he hits his own, he says he can't see it. I don't get it." Just randomly, Yandel's the best. Yandel's one of the most
greatest
underrated,
people of all
funny.
time.
He is
I-
funny.
He's watching these episodes. Still.
Oh, he loves
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
He
He
loves
is.
it.
he actually watches everything.
Oh, he'll hit me up about like when a video drops, like he'll have a question. But yeah, just the voice message like, "Tell me why when Cutsy hits a ball OB, he says he can't see it, but then somebody does."
He will give you like such a nice compliment and then absolutely rip you to shreds
yeah, he's
in the
tough.
next breath. I was in the Panthers bar, right, with Nicole, And his daughters come up and he's like, yeah, that's the guy, I'm a big fan of their show and stuff. And then the girl said something like to Nicole, she's like, I was like, oh, that's nice that he said it. He's like, I'm a fanboy of their show, like, them. And then he was like, yeah. And then the girls said something to Nicole, or the wife was like, oh, congratulations, you're pregnant. He's like, yeah, he's also in his third trimester, and pointed to my barrel. And I was like, Jesus, man.
Good shit, man.
He's like, they're like, oh, congratulations. He's like, how about this guy's barrel? He's also in his third trimester. I'm like, yo, you just said you're a fanboy. Now you're trashing me, but I love him for it because he keeps you on your toes.
He's my kind of guy.
Yeah.
He is funny.
He
as
randomly
fuck.
DM'd me once just a review in the style of Bob.
Did he really?
In his car.
He's a riot.
Of like he was doing like a salad.
And he's so fucking rich.
Oh, yeah, very rich.
He did that
tight to be
promo,
rich.
and it looked like a fucking
Yeah.
like from Billy Madison, dude. When you know
He
what I
felt
mean?
bad that you're not, that you're. I think that he couldn't give you his place while he's there.
Oh,
Tell him to go fuck
yeah.
himself because he offered it up, and then he made me feel like a total.
J-Bone's got that
douchebag.
covered if you need.
Fuck you, Bob.
Yeah, yeah.
That should be now your new. Anytime you make a good shot, you should just say "fuck you, Bob."
Last
That's your
one.
new thing.
No Q.
I got one. Next one comes from Tommy Hunter. Well, he did the part with the 3. So,
Oh, nice.
what is a personal goal for each of you that you want to accomplish by the end of 2025?
Mine's easy. I want to fucking break 80s on the show with you guys. Buying it would be awesome.
Is this a person? You said personal?
2025, Bob.
Damn.
Damn.
I don't really
You
know.
believe
no, we feel
this
he loves you
guy
guys'
wants
shit.
to break 80?
He loves your shit. Told me to tell you.
The fact.
Tell him I said
Like,
Bangarang.
I got the sword and everything. He's
Oh, dude, yeah, he did.
the sword.
He's
Yeah,
gonna
he's
need
like,
a
yeah, he's
whole
got the
lot
sword.
more
He's like, that's it.
bangarangs and a whole lot more Rufios.
How bad does the
I would say for me, a personal goal. I mean, I'm having a kid in a month and a bit, so just to like grow up a bit and be a good dad. I think that's.
You want to grow up a bit in
It's
a
a
month?
good gold.
Well, you know what?
goal.
I got 6 months.
You got 6 months.
It's June. I got 6
Yeah,
months.
6 months, yeah.
He's fucking
no, but I thought you meant for the
shitting on
kid.
everybody's
I'm
goals.
talking-
dude. He's fucking shitting on everybody's
Yeah, dude, be
goals.
careful with your goals,
He
dude.
wants to grow up.
What's your goal, scumbag?
Come back.
What do you mean?
Come back around to me. I'll go.
Oh,
I
okay.
I don't know.
Dude.
I thought did he
His
just say
goal
he's
is to
coming
leave
back
every
to Florida?
Friday night before the Saturday morning.
I think he just said he's coming back to Florida.
There's a way to get me back to Florida.
Oh, I know.
Whoa!
It's in the shape of a boat.
Yo, you say that, Bob.
It's crazy.
That's great.
Bob promised me a life that he couldn't give. Shut the fuck up.
that's
dude.
not what
That
I
was
said.
He
crazy.
promised you like first string quarterback and you're sitting on the bench.
Shut the fuck up. What a total dick. What a total dick.
Yeah, I was out of line saying that. I didn't even
All
mean
right,
it.
Stu, what do you got?
The boat was wild.
I don't know.
Well, you're doing well with the weight loss. Maybe you keep that going.
Yeah, that's a good call. Weight loss.
That's
You've
what
been
I was going to
crushing.
say.
You've been crushing it.
keep losing weight.
You're down like what, 40 pounds?
40 pounds.
Yeah, you're
You
crushing that.
still have the motivation you did like a few weeks. You do. That's good to not lose because sometimes I in the past have lost.
Probably as motivated as when I started.
Nice.
That's
Good
awesome.
For you.
So that's a great goal.
Yeah.
It is.
I have the
I'll do
same.
that.
I have the same goal. I want to be under 200 by July 24th.
Where are you
On
sitting?
your way.
Well, I'm not going to get it by July 24th. I'm like
you at?
I'm like 220 right now.
I think you can.
It's 20 pounds in a month.
It's doable.
Bro, with
It
the
is
way
doable,
you do
but
that diet.
but I want to be. What are you laughing at over
Still
there?
going walks.
Oh well, it is. It is
Support
hard.
your friends.
That's like hitting a
Point you in the
200-yard
direction of
8
chicken
iron.
nuggets, though.
I was
They'll
gonna say
help out.
it is hard, and I don't take tips like you, so it might be a little harder. But and then I want to be like lean by the end of the year. I want to be like a solid. I want to look like a in shape person.
yeah.
Can I say mine?
Yeah.
That was very cocky of you. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
to fucking get a sim.
I know. I would love for the Bob to Sports podcast to hit 100K.
All right, the show's over, dude.
Shut the
Jesus.
fuck up about this 100K
That's
bullshit.
the end. Bob
That's
Does
gotta be
Sports
done.
podcast. See you next time.